Today we continue with Psalm 5. Before I do that, I'd like to share with you a quote from Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa says, "The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved." I think it's important enough that we quote this again. The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved. Just 2 years ago in 2018, Cigna survey of 20,000 people showed us this. 46% felt alone sometimes or always. 47% felt left out. And 27% felt that they were not understood. These percentages are more than double the same numbers in the 1970s and 1980s. And I think it's representative that rapid social and technological change has not brought us closer together, but has separated us. It's important, especially now it's important, to realize that community matters. And whatever else you may think of them, the Psalms are about community. They are addressed to a community, they are addressed to God's people, they are addressed to the church, they are addressed to you and I in God's community, the church. And now, Psalm 5. Not all of it, just the first 3 verses, a middle verse, and then the final 2 verses. I'm reading today from Eugene Peterson's The Message. He captures it even more poetically than some of the others. Listen, God. Please, pay attention. Can you make sense of these ramblings, my groans and my cries? King God, I need your help. Every morning you'll hear me at it again. Every morning I lay out the pieces of my life on your altar and watch for fire to descend. And now, here I am, your invited guest. It's incredible. I enter your house. Here I am, prostrate in your inner sanctum, waiting for directions to get me safely through enemy lines. You'll welcome us with open arms when we run for cover in you. Let the party last all night, stand guard over our celebration. You are famous, God, for welcoming God-seekers and decking us out in delight. We can sympathize with the psalmist here because we too pour out our prayers, trusting that we are heard. We trust that our prayers are, as it says in Revelation, rising like incense before God. And let us wait patiently for the fire to descend and give us the answers we seek. When God will speak to show us new directions in new times, we can be sure that they will be to us as individuals. We can then bring them to our community. We can share them in the church. We can share them with the world. And we can be part of the leadership, if you will, of a new life. We can be confident that our true joy will come in community together, for we are God's children, called to be one. Susan Pinker's TED Talk about Sardinia asks the question, why is it that in Sardinia, this tiny little country, there are 10 times more persons who live to be 100 than there are in the United States. And her answer is it's not their Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil and vegetables. It's not the wonderful climate. It's not the daily exercise they all get. Certainly these are important. I recommend them to you. But what is most important of all is the close personal relationships that last over lifetimes for them. It's not the glass of wine at the end of the day, but it's the glass of wine that is shared over a game, over a family discussion, over and with someone you love. Close personal relationships are more important to us now than ever. So use text, use email, even be bold and call somebody on the phone, but stay connected. Let's draw in that 50% that feels disconnected. Let's be Christ's witness to them and call them into this joyous community we have. And so in closing, I'd like to share with you a second poetic translation of a part of Psalm 5. This is from Zephaniah Kamita. He is a Namibian pastor, and this will be our closing prayer. The love and fellowship of the believer is a foretaste of life together in God's kingdom. Lord, keep us in this fellowship of those who do your will. Strengthen us not to drop out of this way. Amen.